Gambit Corp. And the other problem, of course, right now is that people don't have collections, so playing decks like this, you know, it may not give us an accurate feel for how good the deck really is. Gambit Corp. I'm not sure why my pictures aren't coming up. I might have to swap those images around. So we've got the combo in hand already, so we'll go ahead and keep it. Hopefully he won't have any removal or responses. He could bounce our stuff in response, and that would be bad. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm not getting the sounds. I might have to reinstall my whole client. I don't know if other people have been getting that lately or not. I see you, Pentachills. Welcome to the stream. So optimally, we want to play the Buccaneer, and then we want to play the Buccaneer, and we want to Gambit it away in the following turn. So, I mean, the soonest we could have this happen for us is on turn 5. If we could redraw that same Buccaneer and it doesn't get countered, we do have to be aware of that. Like, if he counters the Buccaneer that we draw, that would stop the combo as well. You know, so either he could counter the Replicator's Gambit, he could kill the target of Replicator's Gambit in response, or bounce the target at quick action speed. So, you know, we just have to be aware of a lot of those things. So we'll play the Mirror Knight here. Seems pretty good. He's playing some sort of Diamond Sapphires. Might be playing a Tempo deck. That's what it looks like. Alright, so there we go. I don't especially like running Buccaneer out without a target. You know, it's not the best. That's kind of clunky to do that, to have to do that. Nice thing too is, like, if he does kill the Buccaneer in response, like, as long as Mirror Knight buffs it, then I'm in good shape. So he has resources up where he can repel here. He has 6 cards in hand, so I have to expect that he has repel, which means I can't actually attack with my Mirror Knight. So I'll go ahead and Sapphire Shard. I guess I'll just run the Buccaneer out and not actually... Or actually, you know what, we'll just go ahead and... Oh man, I could run it out. I really don't want to. Yeah, I guess I'll just run another Mirror Knight out, and then because that way I get double buffs on the Buccaneer in case he kills it or something. I could have counter magic here. I was going to time ripple in response. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, no reason to Replicator's Gambit a Mirror Knight. That's like the only target in the deck that I don't want a Replicator's Gambit. Oh, he's in 3 colors. Okay, so he's playing some sort of American-esque deck. Okay, plays Benjamin. Resolves Benjamin. So I can bounce him with Buccaneer, so that's great. Good target for Buccaneer, and then I can Gambit him all in one turn. And he shouldn't be able to counter. He doesn't have counter magic or any type of... Well, he could time ripple in response if I think he has another one. I mean, there's a chance that he could do that, which would waste my Replicator's Gambit. But I think if he was going to do it, he probably would have done it there and bounced my Mirror Knight like he just did. So... let's go to attack phase and see if he bounces something. See if he, no, I don't want... Actually, you know, I want him to use up his repel. I want to make sure he has no way he can bounce or do whatever. So I want to see that he has 0 resources. So I'm going to attack here to make sure I can replicate my Buccaneer. Yeah, awesome. I knew he had repel, so I just wanted to make sure. So now I'm free and clear to use this Replicator's Gambit to get the combo in the deck, and I just need to draw the Buccaneer now, and hopefully he doesn't have counter magic for it, and that should basically that should be the game. Peak is really good for me here. Another thing that might be a little bit clunky with this deck is drawing multiple Replicators Gambits when I've already got the combo in the deck. That could be a little bit clunky. Playing Lord Alex, sure, that's fine. I can Time Ripple him. He's playing the Trimitive deck, is what it looks like, where he's got all the lords in one deck. So yeah, I might as well use my draw card because I do have the combo in the deck now. Another Mirror Knight, okay. So I suppose I could play both Mirror Knights, take 3 damage. 3 damage here isn't too bad. I don't think he has counter magic, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and play our stuff out. I don't feel like I need to hold on to counter magic here, particularly. I'd rather hold on to it for when I have the combo in hand. So yeah, if he kills either one of these guys, then I get to draw cards, which seems pretty good. Let's see, so he isn't Ruby, which means he could have some burns or something, or you know, something that kills a bunch of things. Draw his card, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure where all the little like sounds went that we used to have. Yeah, replaying Benjamin's perfectly fine because I can still bounce him with Time Ripple. Oh, he's got. Okay, sure. Let him draw his card off of the Lord Ben. Forgot that I made him more expensive, which actually he gets the Inspire trigger off of Lord Alex now, so he can actually draw more humans. Maybe get that Triumvirate or Trimitive in play or whatever. Plays an Oracle Song, sure. Thanks for stopping by, Waggy Wag. So I'll just progress to his end step here. So it's funny that he didn't even attack with Lord Alex there. I think I would have, even though I get a card draw off of it. I think I would have just gone ahead and done it. I'll peek in his end step. See if I can get to what I need. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and counter this guy. Or... yeah, he's got 2 resources. Yeah, he can't really do very much. So we'll just go ahead and counter that guy just to... so that way he can't get his Trimitive in play. Which is kind of what I figured he was doing anyways. And gets his 1 damage off of Lord Ben. If he attacks with Lord Alex, I'm considering doing something. Otherwise, I mean, I guess I can Time Ripple his... I could Time Ripple his Lord Ben here, I guess. Yeah, let's Time Ripple Lord Ben. And I'll draw some cards off of his Lord Alex, I guess. Let's see, and then I can block him. Draw a card, draw a card. Yeah, I'll go ahead and block with... it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll block with this guy because he's more expensive. Draw some cards. And you draw the combo pieces here. No, okay, so it makes peak a little bit better. I might want to just go ahead and blow my peak here. He does have 3 resources up, so he can counter. So I have to be aware of that. So go ahead and dig with peak for 5. Is this the guy? Nope, it's not the guy. Briar Legion is there too. So Briar Legion seems pretty strong against his deck because it's, if he bounces it, then of course I could go with Oakinge, and that would help me get there too. Yeah, let's get Oakinge to try to get to that dude here. Let's go with that. Because this looks at 5, I get to put a troop in my hand. And no troops. So complete whiff there, so it might have been better to go with the Briar Legion. Probably would have been. And still draw another card off of our Mirror Knight, which I probably... I'm considering it. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, we really need to draw some more cards. He still has that Lord Ben he can replay. And it'll have, he'll be able to swing the same turn it comes into play, of course. Or maybe just play Hero of Adamath. We'll see how good this is for him. 6/6. Wow, that's pretty good. So he hits 3 guys. It's +2/+2 for each guy. Yeah. And he hits, and he gets to look at the top 10 cards. So that's pretty good for him. So I guess I'll probably block the Hero of Adamath. Draw my card. Take 3, draw some cards. Come on. Why didn't I get a card draw? I should have drawn a card off of that guy. I guess we're locked up, maybe? I didn't get my card draw. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's see if we can get it to happen with this peak. We're peaking for 6, which is quite a lot. Pretty good chance we'll hit the guy. Yep, there he is. There's that Buccaneer. So if he has counter magic, that kind of hoses us here. We kind of have to go in because we're in a bad situation here. Oh, actually, he's at 0 resources, so we're fine. So we'll just go ahead and play the Buccaneer. And just Buccaneer his field away, and Buccaneer my first Buccaneer. I guess I'll Buccaneer that guy. Okay. Accept. So I'll Buccaneer the first Buccaneer back to my hand. Accept. And I already got his guy there. Looks like you got him. Yep. Just really doesn't. I think I got them both. All right, so yep. So his hero, he's gonna replay and he'll get bigger. So that could be somewhat problematic, but with so many dudes, plus I get to just basically bounce his field. Whatever he plays at this point, I should just dominate his field because I can just replay his Buccaneer, unless he has counter magic. So I have to be aware of that. If he has counter magic up for this Buccaneer when I replay it, that'll be problematic for me. It's supposed to give me 8. It didn't give me 8. It gave me 6. Oh, 6. I thought it gave me 8. It gives you 6. Yeah, replays his guy. So if he goes down to any less than, if he uses more than 2 resources here, I know that I can basically just play out my Buccaneer and I basically win. I know that he doesn't have counter magic. Otherwise, I just have to be a little bit wary of that. Okay, so now I know that he doesn't have counter magic. All he can do is bounce in response. So that seems like that might have been not the best play for him, to me. Because, you know, he is playing a deck where I do have to be aware of his responses. If he was playing some sort of like mono diamond deck, then I wouldn't have to think about it quite so much. Oh, another Buccaneer. So I could actually draw it out with this first Buccaneer, in case you didn't see it. Yeah, it's basically good games here because I basically just Buccaneer again, and then bounce the first Buccaneer back to my hand, and I basically go off infinitely, and he has no field for the rest of the game. So keepsake, I guess. Play the Wild Gambit. So again, I can't take full credit for this. This was originally an idea that was what's his name came up with, Hex Havoc, and he was running 3 colors, 3 shards with this. I felt like 2 shards was all you really needed to dominate with it. So, and this is the deck we ended up with. This isn't great, but it should be fine, I think. So we'll go ahead and keep this. We can open up with Wild. We only really need 3 shards to play every card in the deck. I mean, we have 1 card that costs 4, so we're in not bad shape. That's one of the other nice things about this deck is that even when you don't draw a lot of shards, you're in not the worst shape. Yeah, he's opening up. So he's going with the Ruby Blood build is what it looks like. Control. So he played it for double Ruby, which is interesting to me. I guess he has plenty of blood in his hand at this point, is what I would say as if he's doing that. Sweeps could be somewhat of a problem for this deck. You know, if I play my combo and he sweeps me out, that could be a problem. So I do have to be aware of that. But even just playing a pair of Briar Legions is 2/4/4s, so that's not bad by itself, even if I'm not going to combo. Seems pretty strong. Or even a third one. Lots and lots of common cards in this deck, that's for sure. Even Okenge, and you got Okenge and Peak. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reload my client tomorrow before I stream. I'm just gonna delete it and reinstall it, which sometimes it's kind of good to do as they're going through so many patches. Because I seem to be missing pictures, I'm not getting sounds. I don't know if anyone else is having those problems. You know, I'd like to know, actually. I'd kind of like to know if that's me, just me, or if other people are having the same problems. Champion ability, of course. So what we want to do here is we want to get the best value out of the cards that we have in hand. So Peak could get us another resource, but Oaken Ceremony is going to look through more cards at this point in the game. So I mean, it's debatable. If I go with Peak, I'm basically just cantripping a card. If I go with Oaken Ceremony, then I get to actually look at some cards and decide on a troop to put in my hand. Yeah, okay. So I have the combo in hand now. I just need to have something to play with it. So let's go ahead and Oaken here. I feel best about that move. I mean, it wouldn't be wrong to play Peak here if that's what you decide to do. So there's another Briar Legion. Sensei is really good here, so we're going to go with the Sensei as it's a decent target for Replicator's Gambit if I have to use it. It also is going to cantrip us a card, which will hopefully get us to another resource. If we draw another resource, we can play Briar Legion here. If he kills it, it's not too much of a problem. He does have a lot of instant speed removal, so we have to be aware of that. Of course, the best combo in the deck is when we get to Replicator's Gambit a Buccaneer, but that's not always going to be an option for us. Okay, so he's got plenty of removal right now, so we're going to go and run out a Briar Legion and see if he removes that. If I tried to play the Sensei Replicator's Gambit, he could remove in response. So I don't want that to be a thing. Yeah, so he didn't. If he had removal, he would have used it in his end step. So I have to think that he, yeah, he doesn't have it. So we'll probably swing through and then Gambit away our Briar Legion. If he has removal, he should kill the Briar Legion during the attack phase to prevent the damage. Is what I would think is that. Okay, so he's drawing cards, so he's just going to let us do whatever we want to do in the next turn. So that's perfectly good for us. This is a great time to Gambit away our Briar Legion, which we will do after combat to get some of that damage through first. And we can still play Sensei, which is pretty good. Actually, we'll play the Mirror Knight, so we'll go ahead and go to attack step. Swing through with the Briar Legion. Pass priority, go to our second main phase in which we'll play both Replicator's Gambit and the Mirror Knight. And then we've got plenty of Peak to start looking for it. So we will go ahead and Gambit it away here. And Gambit, they did make a change to it back in the early alpha stages. I'm not sure if I had anything to do with that, but I originally said that Gambit gives you -2 card advantage, and it would be nice if it at least cantripped a card, and then suddenly they decide, you know what, that's fine, we'll let it cantrip a card. It's not quick action speed, so we have to play it in either our first or second main phases, but you know, it's still pretty good. Still is pretty good. Another nice thing about this is we played a Briar Legion, so actually when we play this Briar Legion, it'll be a 4/4 Briar Legion, not a 2/2, which it seems pretty good. We do have to be aware that our opponent is in blood, so there's a very good chance he does have Extinction in his deck, which will destroy all the troops in play. So, and he does have plenty to use it. Okay, he's going to Rage Fire my Mirror Knight. Yep, has to get rid of that guy as soon as possible. So now Rage Fire has the range to deal with Briar Legion when I play a 4/4 Briar Legion. I do want to kind of put some pressure on him, so I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, is this the... Nope, that's not the Briar Legions we're looking for. So I want him to draw, I want to draw out some of that removal. Possibly an Extinction would be nice here. So I put a strong play on the board for him. Briar Legion's another one that's like pretty overlooked on common. The come into play ability is really what makes it for this deck. It'd be difficult to play it in a lot of other decks. It does pretty well in drafts for people. So, I mean, it's really good because you can pick up a lot of them as they are common. So we'll go to our attack step and then see what happens, and then we'll go to our second main phase. Maybe start playing these peaks out. I feel pretty good about playing peak. We do have Counter Magic, which we can play in response to his removal. Counter Magic's a must for this. Why did it didn't let me attack for some reason. I'm not sure why it didn't let me attack. Not sure why it didn't let me attack, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the Sensei here. Yeah, I've had it skip attack phases on me before as well. So if it starts doing that this game, I mean, I'm just gonna keep track in my head, I guess. I mean, I had 4 damage, so he's at 16. He should be at 16. I'm gonna go ahead and peek here because I was gonna peek anyways. I'd just rather peek now. I don't have a lot I can do. Another Gambit. I think I'd rather draw the resource here, as that will let me draw cards eventually off of it. Also, it's going to make my peaks a lot better, so I can peek through more cards to get to that really big Briar Legion. Next turn I can play this Briar Legion, and then I'll have a pretty big Briar Legion to attack with. But I want to make sure I don't extend too far into Extinction. He's playing a lot of Infusion Device here. So, pretty good card for that type of deck. I think that his deck would probably fold pretty quickly under the pressure of some sort of mono ruby, having to deal with mono ruby deck, because it seems like he's just not he doesn't have a lot of good board presence early or removal that I'm seeing. He is playing a lot of shards, drawing lots of cards, playing lots of shards. Alright, so there's another Mirror Knight. So I want to play, yeah, so I'll go ahead and play the Mirror Knight and then play Briar Legion to, so it'll get the buff. And then it'll buff this one and then go to attack steps here. So let's see if it lets me attack. Is it going to let me attack? There we go. I'm not sure why it skipped my attack phase last time. But he should be at 16, which means that now he'll be at 16. That would be minus 6. He should be at 10. He should be at 9 is where he should be if he takes all this damage, which he probably will here. Very good chance he has Extinction, which is fine. I have plenty of peek to find my Briar Legion to reestablish a board state, in which he'll have to Extinction again to deal with that. I do have Counter Magic, which I can play as well. You know, I can play both Briar Legion. Well, I won't have Counter Magic up until I draw another resource, but pretty good spot where he pretty much, if he has Extinction, he has to Extinction here because this is basically game. Yep, okay. Not a big surprise there. I do get to draw a card, so that's good. I get Oakhenge, so that's good. That'll maybe get to me to that Briar Legion. plays a Vitae, of course. Sure, sure. I'm guessing he doesn't have the power cards. I'm guessing he doesn't have, like, what do you call it? The, whatever his name is. He's at 10 now. He should be at 10 now. He's, now he's at 11. The Vampire King. I'm guessing he doesn't have Vampire King in the deck. He might. He might have Vampire King. There's that Buccaneer we were looking for before. So I'll just hold on to him. I'm just going to Oakenge to see if I can find my Briar Legion. And there it is. So it's kind of debatable if I want to play it here, because I think he could have another Extinction. So I'm just going to peek to get another resource. I'd like to have another resource so I can play both Briar Legion and have Counter Magic up. And there's that resource I was looking for. So we'll go ahead and get that. Play that out. And I'll go ahead and draw another card. Sure, why not? And we need to wait here. So we'll just peek in his end step. I have Counter Magic if he plays something I really don't like. But I have both Buccaneer and Briar Legion I can play. But Briar Legion by itself should take care of everything for me. He could play 2 Extinctions. Actually, he can't play 2 Extinctions if I counter, because he only has 8 resources. He needs 9 resources to play 2 Extinctions. He's going to play a Cerebral Fulmination. That's fine. He can have that. I'd love to draw some cards. And Pact of Pain. Sure, that's fine. He can have that too. Draw all kinds of cards. And lose life, of course. So we're in pretty good shape. Go to his end step. We'll go and peek again to see if there's something I want. He's in a place where, like, yeah, he has to deal with his Briar Legion because it's going to be a bunch of really huge Briar Legions. So going to his end step here, and we'll peek. Another reason why I love peek, because it's quick action speed. Let's go ahead and get that Mirror Knight in play, so we can play the Mirror Knight. And even if he Extinctions, if we do the Mirror Knight counter, we don't even need to have Counter Magic, because we could play Mirror Knight plus Briar Legion and draw a ton of cards. If he Extinctions. So I like that play better because it's just more enjoyable for me. But Counter Magic, the better play if you're in tournament is to just play the Briar Legion and then play the Counter Magic. But I think it's more fun to play it this way. We'll just do the Mirror Knight. He has no resources, so he can't really do anything here. And we'll play this Briar Legion to make a ton of Briar Legions. And so if he has Extinction, he has to Extinction here. If he does Extinction, then yeah, that'll be a problem. And you know what? I'll go ahead and Gambit away Briar Legion just in case, because you know I have more than enough here, and I don't have resources to counter anyways. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured. Like, I mean, and that's one of the nice things about this deck. I do think this is a really great deck to play at least a tier 2, maybe a tier, you know, a high tier 2 deck. I'm not sure if it's tier 1. But when I do that, I mean, that's the combo. You just have to be really careful about when you're playing things and really pay attention to board states, and you know, this is the type of thing you can get to have happen for you. So yeah, he's searching. He has to search now if he doesn't get Extinction. And even if he does, I've Gambited away a Briar Legion, and I'll draw 6 cards. And so there's a very good chance I'll draw another Briar Legion and force him to Extinction again. He should be -4 from whatever he is now. Okay, so he did get the Extinction. So I don't have Counter Magic for it, but that's fine. Very good chance that I'll draw that Briar Legion again. If not, I'll draw cards that can draw it. Okay, so both Oakenge Ceremony and Sensei could draw the card for me. So we want to prioritize Sapphire when we're playing our shards here, because we only need 1 wild to play the deck, and Sapphire is going to make peak all the better for us when we do play it. So let's see if we can get that Briar Legion again. That's not the same Briar Legion, the one we just pulled. So drawing 2 cards because of his Cerebral Fulmination, that's always nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and Oakhenge here. And I can still play, yeah, so Peak, Wizard. So probably the Peak is what we would like to have, but we can't, so we'll end up getting this Wizard. Except, this is not the same one. No, it's not. Actually, just the Briar Legion by itself is enough where if he lets it go, he has to answer it. With a murder, so we do have counter magic for that. So just by itself, actually I should have played the Mirror Knight first. Actually, you know what? I'll just play Mirror Knight and I'll Buccaneer my Sensei. So do this Thomas. What? So we'll probably throw away our Shards of Fate, the Wild Shard. Yeah, we'll throw away the Wild Shard for sure. The Shards of Fate, that puts me down to 9. I'm going to hold on to 1 Sapphire Shard. I'd like to play Shards every turn if possible. Mesmerize seems pretty bad because he has nothing in for, and I have Buccaneers to deal with his field anyways. I have Counter Magic, but I don't need to use it, so probably it would have been better to just simply play the Briar Legion, see if he answers it, and I have Counter Magic backup for it. Might have been the better play there. He should be at 6 right now, what he should be at. Because of that 4 damage that I missed on an attack phase. That's fine. You know, you make mistakes. Okay, there's a Heat Wave. Sure, that's fine. It won't deal. Heat Wave won't deal with Briar Legion very well. Plays an Urnaz. I'll just Buccaneer it away. Of course, if Urnaz ever does get through, then that's a big problem because he can take my Briar Legion, and that would definitely be a losing prospect for me. Oh, I guess okay, yeah, he's gonna take it now. Yeah, so now he gets the Briar Legion with all this stuff. I forgot when it comes into play, it also does the ability. So Counter Magic would have been good there to have. Doesn't look like it triggered properly though. Yeah, it didn't trigger properly. So that's a problem. So go ahead and play that. I guess I'll go... Oh, yeah, well, even then, my Briar Legion would have been bigger. So I'll play a Wizard here. Or, no, I wanted to play Briar Legion. Oh, well. That's a mistake. That's a big play mistake there. So I'm kind of just making all kinds of play mistakes now. I guess I'll play the Briar Legion. I still have Time Ripple. I can Time Ripple his Urnaz. So yeah, going back, it probably would have been best if I had just simply held Counterspell for that, for the sweep that he drew into. I have drawn a ton more cards than he has, though. Tons and tons of cards. Plays a Rage Fire on my Silver Talon Senator for some reason. Okay. Because he wants to get his Urnaz through, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Briar Legion didn't trigger properly. He should have like 7 Briar Legions in play is what he should have right now. So he can replay his Urnaz, but if he does, then he's completely open for me to win. So I'll just play 2 Buccaneers and win. So he goes ahead and replays them. It won't matter. There is another Briar Legion in my deck that I can do, and it'll play tons of Briar Legions. That'll be really big. So he's picking up another blocker of some sort out of my deck. Again, he should have a ton of Briar Legions in this deck. Okay, so he's going to Buccaneer my Briar Legion, I guess. Yeah, not a big surprise there. So I'll go ahead and play Sapphire here. I guess I'll just go ahead and Buccaneer his Urnaz again. Replayed Briar Legion, making it bigger again. I'll counter his Urnaz when he plays it. So we'll just pass the turn here. Actually, I can swing through. Not sure why his Briar Legion didn't work. Oh, he didn't play it from his hand. That's why. He had to play it from his hand. So that's why it didn't work. So that's why he only got a 2/2 Briar Legion. Awesome. Well, that works out well for me. He has an Argus. You gonna play an Argus? I have counter magic for it. Guys, you're too loud. Every time. Also, he should be at 6, but it won't matter if I swing through a massive Briar Legion that he can't stop. Okay, now he's at 7. Yeah, we'll just counter that. No, sir, you cannot have an Urnaz. No, sir. And Buccaneer his Briar Legion for the win here. Now, obviously, we could have won this a lot earlier if I had just held on to... If I had done what I had said you should do, and held on to Counter Magic after I played a ton of Briar Legion instead of playing, I think it was Mirror Knight. At this point, he probably thinks that he might have a blocker up, but he really doesn't. So, because that's just one more thing. Like, Urnaz stealing stuff out of this deck is not the best. Like copying my cards and stealing my cards doesn't do a lot for you because you need to get a lot more. So we'll probably want to use... Actually, we'll use the Wild Shark because it draws us cards. Because with our champion ability. Okay. And so we'll go ahead and play that. We'll just go ahead and just finish the game, pretty much. Just bounce that guy. He has no resources. He has no responses here. So there's really nothing he can do at this point of the game. I didn't even really need to draw that card. So I'll just give him a good game. Where's local? Good game. Bam, bam, bam. So there you go. So the deck, I think, is pretty strong, actually. You know, you keep building decks, eventually you're going to run across something that's going to be really good. I think this is one of the few decks on Deck Mode of the Squire that we built that's actually pretty serious and does pretty well for itself. So I expect to see at least somebody run this in the next tournament. I might consider running it as well.